Thank you so much. Hi there, everyone. I'm Alice McGrath, the team leader of BCT's education program, and we're joining you today from Ngunnawal country in Canberra, where the bogong moths are starting to migrate from the mountains behind us to their breeding grounds for the winter.
And I'm Caitlin Lawrence, Partnerships and Programs Manager for Patoris Education Group. We're the joint project managers of the Conservation Champions project, which we are showcasing today.
I'd like to start our presentation with this incredible quote from Sir David Attenborough, which I think really sums up the program session today. He says, "No one will protect what they don't care about, and no one will care about what they've never experienced." So, to bring it back to all of the incredible work that we're collectively doing, I want to ask, what is going to keep the future generations caring about biodiversity, caring about its protection, retaining the laws with which our biodiversity is protected, ensuring our communities are supportive of conservation, and who will be our future conservation champions? With an increasing urban population, the disconnect between people and nature is an immense barrier in our mission to protect what we have left. So I think the future of conservation actually lies in the hearts and minds of our youth who have experienced its beauty, who understand its importance, and who care about its future. Under the Biodiversity Conservation Act 2016, one of the BCT's four main tasks is to promote public knowledge, appreciation, and understanding of biodiversity and the importance of conserving it. And we do this through our education program and the many projects that we lead and partner on, which address these key objectives. It's one of these projects that we would like to showcase today, a project delivered in partnership with Patoris Education Group, a not-for-profit woman-led organisation that encourages, supports and connects regional communities with schools and their natural environment. They are also a valued sponsor of this conference.
The Conservation Champions project was first imagined in 2019 and has grown over these 4 years, now expanding across the state. The project began as a once-off excursion for a single school. However, it has evolved into an integrated learning unit in primary and secondary schools to provide free, hands-on and classroom learning opportunities, interactive resources, games, and professional development opportunities for teachers. The project provides a mixture of hands-on learning on properties and within schools. It is being co-developed with and piloted by experts in education and practicing teachers. All engagement events align with the latest educational research to overcome barriers that teachers face in implementing hands-on learning programs within their schools. We develop the running sheets, lesson plans, risk assessments, and permission slips for schools. In addition, we organise presenters, we fund busing and equipment, and cater the project to the curriculum priorities of that particular school and its teachers. The diversity of resources that we have created has supported teachers throughout COVID-19 restrictions and continues to support the different learning styles that students have to ensure every child has an equal opportunity to learn about biodiversity conservation on private land. The point of difference with this project is the longevity potential for years to come after the project has run.
And you can see on the map here the impact of the project. The project has run in both public and private schools across the state, showcasing BCT's amazing landholders across New South Wales who are conserving biodiversity over a range of ecosystems from semi-arid areas of Wentworth and Broken Hill, Wilcannia, across the Hay Plains, along the basin to Balranald, Forbes and Darlington Point. From schools in Inverell to Lismore, down the coast to the Snowy Mountains. This project is based on community, working with experts and landholders from that area to provide that local voice in the story that the youth create. And the data really does speak for itself. We have worked directly with thousands of students and hundreds of teachers and community groups across the state who continue to embed this unit of work in their ongoing science curriculum. BCT and Patoris directly implement this project with schools, setting up, presenting at all events, and supporting schools and landholders in their connection with each other. The aim for the project is that schools continue to run the project organically into the future.
So how does this project work? Well, the project involves excursions on landholder properties, hands-on incursions within the schools and class lessons using interactive units and physical resources. Gala day excursions occur on the landholder's property. Students learn hands-on practical skills and knowledge about biodiversity through face-to-face mentorship from BCT ecologists, Indigenous elders, and landholders. The exploration day involves interviewing the landholder and gaining mentorship about private land conservation. These excursions and follow-up class lessons culminate in the creation of a case study book, which is professionally published and printed with local biodiversity and ecosystem context, student reflections, and the promotion of the school and the local area. We also support community groups in attending all of our events. To involve local experts and voices within the project, we aim to create long-lasting connections between the school and their local experts to collaborate with each other post-project. These books reflect all that the students have learned about during the project and are full of their own photography, art, maps, poetry, and personal reflections on their learning journey. Additionally, the students are credited as authors of these books, which are then registered in the state and national libraries, further instilling a sense of pride.
And the landholders in these stories are seen as champions to the students and the local community. And the genuine mentoring between passionate landholders and young agricultural students is phenomenal to see. The celebration of incredible people having that long-term impact on our land reverberates through the community. Through a partnership with the Australian Museum and Patoris Education Group, the BCT also created a Biodiversity on My Land museum in a box. Bit of a mouthful. Well, 8 boxes, in fact, which are also used in our broader Champions project. This curriculum-linked school resource aligns with the K-8 science syllabus, involving a variety of hands-on learning activities and allowing students to explore the role of private landholders in protecting biodiversity through the resources in the box. In this box, we have dioramas, interactive games, children's readers, links to animations that we've created, workbooks, and teacher support so that the school can then use that resource with confidence. The provision of these boxes, and indeed the entire Conservation Champions project, are free for schools, ensuring that New South Wales schools have an equal opportunity to access our programs.
2020 and 2021 brought about a need to adapt the program to overcome COVID-19 as an educational barrier for schools. We took this as an opportunity to further expand the program's reach in both rural and urban schools in New South Wales. 3 curriculum-linked interactive units were co-developed with teachers and experts in education, piloted with schools and students, and based on research to maintain engagement in the digital space, especially in remote lessons. These units support the education of students from kinder all the way to year 12. They involve gamified learning with videos by landholders and BCT ecologists to show whole farm management practices. The Choose Your Own Adventure component of this interactive resource allows students to make choices around private land management and conservation, so they can see both positive and negative outcomes for the decisions they make.
The quantitative evaluation of the project has been developed using behaviour change science principles. The project involves students creating their ideal farm at the start and at the end of term, reflecting on their experiences and creating a case study that summarises their learning. We capture before and after knowledge of biodiversity from both students and teachers, and the data shows statistical significance in the growth of both students and teachers' knowledge, which is an incredible result.
The change in learning from the participants has surprised even our team of teachers. In my opinion, the anecdotal stories from participants, teachers, and community groups better showcase this project's impact. The students realise that biodiversity conservation is so much more than just one farmer protecting land, but a network of passionate people all striving for the same goal: to conserve biodiversity for future generations, for them. So what's coming next for the project? Well, we will continue to make adaptations and expand this program across New South Wales. 2022 has already seen many schools independently running the Champions lesson plans for their entire Living World strand. A brand new video game is currently being developed, with interest also from universities. And there has been massive interest from past participants to run mini conferences to maintain connections and their continuing their learning journey.
So through this project, we can safely say that a growing number of young people in New South Wales are experiencing the wonder of nature on private lands. They are increasing their appreciation of conservation, and in turn, they have a better understanding of the actions they can take to be our future conservation champions. Thank you for your time.